everyone. Welcome to Elevate, your local resource for connecting with wellness experts and businesses along the Grand Strand. I'm Rachel, health and life coach, and this is my friend and co-host, Nicole Huckabee. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Rachel. As a former news anchor on the Grand Strand, I'm beyond excited to be on this journey with you. So if you're curious about our local resources for holistic wellness living, Elevate Podcast is your go-to resource.
On this episode of Elevate.
And I can't tell you how many people have gotten those treatments and then they come to me because it didn't work. And they tried a few of them and it just did not work. So now they have to repair that protective layer that has been destroyed and lost. It can take time, but our bodies are so amazing at healing itself.
Welcome to Elevate. Today's guest brings a powerful blend of tradition, science, and healing touch to the world of skincare and wellness. Meet Pearl Irigoyen, a certified holistic esthetician with 12 years of practice and an impressive 25-year career in the skincare industry. Pearl's approach to skin health is both deeply personal and profoundly effective, drawing from generations of indigenous family wisdom and time-honored herbal remedies. She combines ancestral knowledge with modern training in skin science to promote vibrant, youthful skin from the inside out. But Pearl's expertise doesn't stop at the surface. She's also a highly skilled massage therapist, specializing in pain relief through advanced modalities. Her work bridges beauty and therapeutic body work, offering a truly holistic path to wellness. Whether she's addressing chronic pain, supporting skin regeneration, or helping clients reconnect with their bodies, Pearl brings heart, wisdom, and decades of experience to every session. Get ready to explore what it really means to heal from the skin to the soul. Let's dive in.
Okay. Well, I want to welcome you officially to Elevate. We are so excited to have you on. And I know that this conversation that we're going to have is going to be incredibly interesting and enlightening for our community. So thanks again for hopping on here with us. I know you're busy.
Yes, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, we're delighted to have you reading all that you do for our community with holistic skin therapy and massage. It's so intriguing, especially from the holistic approach. Tell us a little bit about what you do, because I don't know that a lot of people know what you do along the Grand Strand.
Yeah, so the main thing that I do is holistic aesthetics. That's the main thing that I've been doing for 12 years. And so I do facials, and that's the number one thing. And the facials that I do are more for like people who have like compromised skin, like rosacea, psoriasis. Usually those are like the more difficult skin cases. So they come to me to look for like a more holistic route because usually nothing else works for them. And so I give them the opportunity to try different treatments that they're pretty, ancient based on herbalism, but they work.
Pearl, can you explain what holistic aesthetics means? Because I'm sure, everybody has in their mind and a visual of what an esthetician does, but then you have on there holistic. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, I have had more when I started. I had so many people ask me, what does the word holistic mean? Because it wasn't a popular word, back in 2013 when I first became licensed as an esthetician, and I decided to go the holistic route. And so now it's a more popular term. But basically, holistic is you're not just treating the skin. So you want to go and look for the root cause. Like, what could it be? Could it be diet? Could it be maybe stress? So the beautiful thing about doing a facial is that I get to not only treat the skin, but I could also help them relax. Because a lot of times stress will do a lot of things to your skin. It tends to reflect on the skin. So being able to just get them to like be centered, relax, give them a nice massage, work on different layers like the fascia, doing some acupressure, which is very relaxing for the scalp and the head. It helps kind of relax the forehead. So I'm not just doing the skin. Holistic is the whole aspect of your whole being, basically. So there's different layers to it. It's so much more simpler to just treat the skin. That's what you learn when you're in aesthetic school. It's just the skin. But holistic skincare, holistic aesthetics goes beyond that. You look at their lifestyle and their diet and what could be other triggers that can triggering their skin.
When you talk about fascia, how does that come into play with the
Mm.
facials? Explain that because everybody might not know how that works.
So the fascia is something that I specialize in. I'm a myofascial release specialist. Not a lot of estheticians are. So the fascia, mostly for the facials and the skin, I focus on the fascia of the head, the face. It attaches down to the neck. I usually compare it to like saran wrap. It just wraps around. When it gets tight, it'll also show like in the shoulders. It'll wrinkle up your skin. So when you imagine like a saran wrap, it'll get wrinkled or tight. It gets crumpled up. It'll be all wrinkly. But then when you stretch it out, it's like smooths out. So that's basically your fascia.
Mm.
So one of my goals is when people come to me to get facials is to release the fascia. And everyone is going to get their fascia released if I get my hands on them.
Mm.
I need my fascia released right
I
now.
know.
Pick me, Pearl, pick me.
I can't imagine how that would feel, the stress and the tension that Americans have and hold, especially women, what that would feel like to have a myofascial release done. And even I think we've become accustomed to carrying it and not even realizing that we have tension in our face, our scalp, in our neck. I know my husband's always telling me to stop scowling. So I need you to use like your myofascial release magic and, help me with my scowl. It's that resting face, Nikki. I'm like, I just need to go see Pearl.
I need that too. I carry so much emotion in my face and
Yes.
in my neck, and that totally makes sense that we would need to work to release that to
Mhm.
have better skin.
And it kind of goes back to what you're saying about focusing on the holistic aspect of releasing stress, whether it is, the diet that is stressing our body or our lifestyle that is causing stress, all the things that it will work skin deep,
Yeah.
literally. Like that's amazing. I'm really curious, Pearl, about your herbal remedies. They go back generations. Can you
Mhm.
share that with us?
I can. Let's see. My mom and I and my sister, we used to go in the kitchen, and my mom had all these kinds of concoctions that she would make. And she would always tell us, this is what my mom and my grandmother used to do, and this is what we did for acne. So it's some of those you can find, probably you might be able to find online. Some natural remedies like bentonite clay is probably like easily found. So bentonite clay is actually very versatile. You can use it for different things. And because my mother's Native American, that was like the easiest thing to access. It was abundant in the area where they lived. And they use it for everything. So if you had acne, if if you were going to be outside all day, like it was like a type of like sun protection to keep you from getting burned. If you even if your skin was itchy, that's what you used. So that's like I keep that in my treatment room, just in case. It is very handy. And as far as the herbalism, yeah, my mother, she's an herbalist. My grandmother was an herbalist. Great grandmother, they just went back and back and back. My great grandmother, I actually had the honor to meet her, and I went in her garden, which we weren't supposed to go in, as kids. But she had the most beautiful plants and herbs, and it was so beautiful. She had a little bench where she would sit and kind of talk to her plants. So I got to go in there when she was taking a nap. And she had like fresh peppermint. Her favorite was chamomile. So I use a lot of chamomile
Yeah.
in my facials. That's like a big, very big remedy. Like you use it for everything.
What do you use chamomile for? Like, how does that help?
So what I do, and what I tell people to do also, like at home, is you can make some herbal tea. You can put it in a bowl. So, and you make sure it's not too hot or boiling, and you can just put your face over it. It
Hmm.
opens up the pores. Yeah. And The beautiful thing about herbs and plants is that it balances out something called the microbiome of the skin. And usually when we hear the word microbiome, we think of our digestive system.
Okay.
But our skin has its own microbiome and its own immune system. So herbs have all the nutrients and ingredients to balance out anything that's going on. Because we all have bacteria, we all have fungus on our skin. It's normal. That's just the way our skin is. But when there's an imbalance, that's when we might get acne, itchy skin, flakiness, or extra dry skin. We don't understand what's going on. And herbs just help balance out everything. And it works pretty quickly. So I keep lots of herbs in my pantry. I tell my clients what herbs to get and keep in their pantry, and I teach them how to make herbal tea to use for their skin. Of course, you could drink it and then, set some aside to put on your skin. So you could use it as steam, but you could also apply it directly on your skin, just like with your fingers, and then just put it on. I have one client that makes a toner with it. She absolutely loves it. So yeah, there's different things that you can do.
Well, Pearl, your skin is beautiful too.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
just a testament to what you're doing. Really makes a difference, and it goes beyond just skin deep. It's for the
Yeah.
whole body, right? Like you said, the microbiome, and from your myofascial release techniques. You had brought up something Ayurvedic principles.
Yeah.
Oh, can you share a little bit about that? I know that it is an Indian practice,
Hmm.
right? From India.
Yeah.
Go ahead and expand on that a little bit. I'm very interested.
It's so deep because you're not only talking about herbalism. Ayurveda uses different types of herbs, very different from what my mom and my grandmother used. So the Indian herbs, same thing. You have to understand how the herbs work, but it's more like energy involved and the chakras, and they have something called doshas. So basically there's like a set of questions you ask, like if you eat spicy food, do you turn red? Or how?
I sweat. I
Yeah.
sweat. How about
I
that?
sweat, yeah.
I don't have a I don't have a tolerance for spicy food.
Yeah, so that's one of the questions too, like in a consultation for learning what dosha you are. You can be a combination of two, and it has to do with like our energetic system. So yeah, that it's very interesting. It's different than, something that I was introduced to when I graduated from aesthetics. I started working at a spa that's what they did. It was all Ayurveda, and I had to get trained. I was like, I don't know anything about doshas or Ayurveda or Indian herbs or anything like that. But it was the thing that mainly stood out was the doshas, and then you based the skincare ingredients and the herbs according to the person's dosha. So if they tended to be hot, like on the hotter side, you would use cucumbers and like cooling, like peppermint, essential oils, and you wouldn't even like put it directly on their skin. Just having it as like aromatherapy would help cool the body. It was very interesting.
Mm.
So, and then you would use something called marma points, which people are more familiar with pressure points, but it's the same. It's basically the same thing. You touch like different points on the face and in the body that help like relax or help with digestion or help with blood circulation. So it's basically the same concept as you would find in traditional Chinese medicine, but Ayurveda has like their own philosophy.
And when you use that technique, you're doing a mind body connection. Is that right, Pearl?
Yes.
And you're bringing balance, and therefore you have better skin, and therefore you feel better. I mean, is that
Yes.
kind of what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes.
Why aren't we doing this, Rachel?
I'm
Yeah.
telling you what, I'm gonna make an appointment with you,
Coming to
Pearl.
see you,
Like,
Pearl.
yes, I
And
need you in my life.
when you're doing it so naturally, I think that we forget Mother Nature has given us so much to use. You know, the calming of lavender, chamomile, you're saying,
Hmm.
helps us with, things as well. And then there's other things that Mother Nature gives us. Cucumbers. I mean, there's nothing better than having a glass of water that's had cucumber in it. It's so refreshing and cooling. It makes total sense that there would be a holistic approach to using this in our everyday life to help us feel better and look better.
And Pearl, I think too that from your myofascial release techniques to Ayurvedic to your indigenous roots, you really do provide such a depth of wisdom and knowledge how to use these herbal remedies and natural approach to our skin health. Why choose herbal over some of the products that are easy to grab off the shelf? Are they the same as in effectiveness? Can you share it? Nikki and I were talking about this before you jumped on about natural products, herbal remedies, over the counter, or some of our higher end products. Where do we start? How do we know what to grab and what to use? And in the natural sense, like your herbal remedies and everything too, I wonder if it's just takes a longer process for us, a longer time period for us to see the results. But once we're there, does it last longer, or do we see a better effects?
So it depends on what your skincare goals are. So say for example, I think the most difficult skin condition might be like the plaque psoriasis, for example. You have to have medication. You have to go that route because it can be pretty bad. But the beautiful thing about herbalism is that it complements it so well, and it takes longer to see the results. But I don't know how familiar you are with like psoriasis, but it's like the skin is constantly shedding.
Yeah.
Constantly, and there's a lot of inflammation. It can be very uncomfortable, and it's like no matter what makeup you use, there's nothing you can do. It's worse than rosacea. Most people have it in their bodies. I've seen people that come to me that have it on their face, and it can be a little difficult because you have to tell them, okay, this is going to take at least 3 months. So yeah, you do have to be patient, but most of the time, even with medications, it can take a while to see some results. So what I tell them is, just be patient. You'll have to do some at-home remedies. I give them recipes, and I like using what is it called? Of course, chamomile is my favorite. But one other ingredient that's extremely crucial, and it also works for rosacea and acne, is sea salt. And I would say that's probably like the secret ingredient, the sea salt. There's so many minerals, magnesium, potassium, that's so good for the skin. So
Like pink sea salt? Is there
pink
like a
Himalayan
specific?
sea salt works. The Mediterranean sea salt, there's one that's called Celtic sea salt. So if it's sea salt, it'll work.
Can I
Yeah.
just jump in the ocean?
That's what I
Yes,
was thinking.
actually you can.
Well, a lot of people do when they
Yeah.
jump into the ocean, they say they feel like it's a healing process, and that would
Hmm.
make sense because of the sea salt that's in there,
Yeah. I've known some people that tell me that, like, well, I'm just gonna jump in the ocean, and they do, and they actually make it like a routine after talking to me or seeing me, and their skin can improve. Yeah.
There you go.
But it's there. And so I wouldn't say that people have to learn and get training on herbalism in order to, know what to use on their skin. Because a lot of the herbs have something called tannins, and tannins also, they do amazing things for the skin. They protect your skin barrier, they help repair it, and they also help the microbiome, reduce redness. It's pretty amazing what it does for the skin. And so the tannins at reducing inflammation is phenomenal. So even if you can't get chamomile tea, or green tea is also a really good one, just use what you have. If you have something in even black tea has some benefits to the skin. So if it's an
Pearl, I'm
herb.
just gonna come see you.
Well, I
I'm
was
gonna leave it
thinking
up.
this. I was thinking, what an opportunity to go see Pearl, have the consultation, go through all of these things that you can do, and of course, get a treatment so that you can actually experience and see how you feel and look. Because you say healthy skin is beautiful skin,
Mhm.
and what a no better way than to get that, but actually going and getting your services, because I think that's just such an educational process as well as trying to look better and feel better.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Pearl, so if someone has rosacea, if they have, what is the other one that you just mentioned? It just left me, where they have the
Psoriasis.
shedding. Yes.
Yeah, psoriasis.
Psoriasis, acne,
Mhm.
teenagers struggling with
Oh
acne
Yeah.
yes.
too. Moms need to bring them in to see you, because
Hmm.
I can't tell you how many friends are struggling with their daughters, especially their sons, because, they don't want to wash their face.
Right.
They don't want to do all the things.
I have one of
But
those.
yeah, so
You don't want
you could, yes, you have empathy, but it would be wonderful to just bring them in for a consult or for monthly treatments. I've seen the before and afters from, the anti-aging and the acne and all of the things that you're doing, anti-inflammatory. It is absolutely incredible,
Thank
the
you.
before and afters I have seen. Are there any testimonials that you would like to share specifically?
So the most recent one was someone who had psoriasis really bad. And she came to me basically in tears. And this was probably like 6 months ago. And we really targeted, I gave her some recipes that she can use at home. And her skin, I wish I could have taken before. And that's the one I didn't. And even she's like, I could have been such a great, before and after picture client for you. Her skin looks so smooth and amazing. Whereas before it was just like super red, super inflamed, very flaky. It barely flakes anymore. It's a pretty amazing. And so she is like,
Mm.
she loves coming to her sessions. And she said she'll continue to come even if her skin is like 100% healed. She's just going to come just to come.
That's a great testimony
Yeah,
of what you're
that.
doing. And I think that falls in line with you have to create a simple skincare routine at home after coming to you and learning what to do. And that's one of your goals, is to help people come up with a routine so that they don't get overwhelmed, that they can keep up the maintenance. Is that correct? Talk to us
Yes.
about that, Pearl.
Yeah. So I have a few clients where I gave them the recipes. Sometimes I just, have some herbs that I have in my a treatment room, and I put them in a little bag for them and with the recipe, and I give them, their step by step what to do, because a lot of times their skin is just so sensitive they can't use a regular cleanser. And so I just, sometimes they'll text me and like, what do I do now? I just wash my face. What do I do next? I don't remember. So, I give them all the tools that they need before they leave my treatment room. And then if they need extra help, I also help them with that. I want them to really feel like they're getting the value of their services, the full value.
Well, you're trying to
And
empower them to help them so that they can do what they need to do at home. You
mhm,
make it easy for them. You want it to be simple, which we
yes.
all want those simple steps because we are so busy and stressed.
Yes, that's another thing. And yeah, my remedies are very simple. It'll like they make their tea, they keep it in the fridge, so it's very simple to do. And there's salt, sea salt, and if I make a moisturizer for them, so then they could have that if they need it. Sometimes I have aloe based products that they can purchase from me if it's appropriate for their skin. Not everyone can tolerate it depending on their skin, but sometimes they do good with those, with the aloe based ingredients or herbal based Ayurvedic skincare. But sometimes I just have to give them their recipes, make it for them, take them step by step and make it as simple as possible. Yes.
That is key. Simple, and they have the confidence that they can do it independently and that they see the results. And like you said, it takes a little bit of time, but in between there, just feeling the difference in your skin, I'm sure is also propelling them to stay consistent with it at home in between seeing you. Nikki, I know that you've got a bag full of
Yeah.
tools and skincare products. You want to ask Pearl.
Well, Pearl, we know that you are, you want people to talk about the fads that are out there. And when I read that that was something that you wanted to talk about, fads and techniques and all of that, I said, I'm one of those people that sort of buys into that sometimes. So, I have my roller that you there, and then I have the gua sha thing. I have some face tape.
Just keeps coming out of her purse.
Now, and this one is actually like supposed to help with smoothing on your
Oh,
body and the lymphatic system, not necessarily face, but it is a gadget. So talk to, does any of this work for me, Pearl?
it can.
Good, good.
Yes.
Lord.
The thing is, a lot of people don't know how to use them. And
Okay.
a lot of times they'll bring their stuff to me. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you just teach me? And yeah, I'll sit like for the roller, you want to make sure it's cold, nice and cold.
Yes, this stays in the freezer.
Perfect.
These two things stay in the freezer. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good, and that's actually really good for the lymph flow. So yeah, so the puffiness, it'll help with that. Some people don't know what it's for, but it just seem like you know how to use it. So yeah, keep it in the fridge. That's perfect. The other tool that you had, the gua sha,
Yes.
yeah. So that, and I always tell my clients before they buy one.
Everybody, you need to go to YouTube to watch this video. This is very
Yeah, I
this is
know, right?
fun
Go
to see,
so you
Nikki.
can see the things that I've got, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you have to be careful with those.
Oh gosh.
Because you can push too much out of your face. So that's one thing.
Did you see she laughed when she said that, Nikki?
What does that mean? Push too much out of my face? Does it
Everyone does it. Everyone does it. And it's like, oh, it made me look terrible. And I'm like, wait, show me what you did, So
so
then
is this correct?
that's too harsh. You want to go a little lighter. Yeah. And lay it flatter on your face. Perfect. It's right there. That's how you do
Please
it.
go to YouTube and watch me do this because
Yeah.
I'm doing. Is that correct?
Yes, that's how you
I've
do
been
it.
doing it wrong.
And most people do. And the funny thing is that all the YouTube videos that I've watched on gua sha, maybe just out of maybe 100, only one of them was the correct technique.
Wow.
We need to have you do a video for us so we can
Yes.
see how to do it. Those that are,
No.
not local to come in and see you.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you
That's
think
great,
about the
Nikki.
face tape, Pearl? There's a lot of debate about the face tape.
I'm not a fan of the face tape, but I've seen some people use silicone patches and that actually can work, but the tape itself, it's only temporary, unfortunately.
Just fighting
But
the good fight, Pearl. I'm gonna have to
if it's
keep
something
taping.
quick, if you're taking selfies, go for it,
Lord.
I don't even know what we do with the tape. I'm at the heart. I'm like a blue jean and t-shirt girl. So when you brought that tape out, Nikki, are we taping like our wrinkles or what are we doing?
Yeah, you
What is it
actually
supposed
put it here and like here, and you
to
sleep
lift?
in it. And it's supposed to kind of keep you from,
I
you
say,
know, sagging.
Oh,
I mean,
but it's only
I'm older than
temporary.
all of y'all. I have to do all this.
You look beautiful.
you
But
too. You
I
don't need
don't
any
really
of
do
that.
this all the time. My husband's like, "What are you doing now?" I'm like, "The good fight, honey. Don't be mad. I'm doing it for you and me."
So Pearl, you don't recommend the tape. What kind of tape
Not
is
the
that anyway? That's skin
taping.
tape?
It's just called face tape. I mean,
Yeah, and it just lives. Now there is something called silicone patches, like for scars, and you don't have
yeah,
to, yeah, you don't have to buy the ones that they make for the face because they are really
just like scar
expensive.
tape. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
have,
just use scar
yeah,
tape. So much more affordable and very easy to get.
yeah,
And
just
those
Amazon.
actually do work. I've tried it. So,
I'm writing that down and
yes.
Now,
then
why do you like the scar tape for just for the blemish purposes, or because you're saying we're just getting a temporary lift with just,
Yeah.
but you're saying use the silicone or scar tape to actually for a healing something on
Yeah,
your face as
so
well.
the
That makes sense.
silicone can actually, if it has enough silicone, it will actually smooth out the wrinkles. So that will work. Yeah.
I'm buying it,
Yeah.
Pearl.
tell you what.
Pearl, text me which one to get.
Right? I need to keep you in my back pocket, Pearl. Like, which one am I getting here? And then you have to show me what I'm doing with it so I
Okay.
so I use it correctly. Can you tell what is I'm going to say it incorrectly. Corneotherapy?
Oh, corneotherapy. Yes. So it's not a popular word, but it is used in the medical field. There's a lot of dermatologists that they're called corneotherapy specialists or corneotherapists. So I went that route. I got my training in that. Basically, what it is you on treating the skin to repair and heal it, not to like cause inflammation or to tear it down. Because there is a trend, and it's been ongoing, where you gotta tear chemical peels and just like attack the skin so it can rebuild. And yeah, there is science that shows that that does happen, but at the same time there's a lot of science that also says that it can not repair and it will stop healing. and your cells will reach a threshold where they just won't heal anymore. So that's where corneotherapy stepped in. A lot of these doctors, dermatologists decided, hey, we need to stop tearing the skin down and we need to build it up. So there's an actual organization of corneotherapists. Most of them are doctors. There's some estheticians, nurses, and they dedicate themselves to doing research and coming up with therapies like what's good, what isn't, regarding like how to heal the skin, how to treat wrinkles, how to treat acne without tearing down the skin. So
What
that
might be an example of that, Pearl? Give us an example of a treatment like that we can understand.
Well, like the treatments that I do. So
Oh, okay.
that would fall under corneotherapy. So a
Okay.
lot of herbal treatments are backed by the corneotherapy
Right.
organizations. Yeah.
Because you say, what is your take on the invasive treatments? I
Mhm.
mean, you are concerned about that just because of what
Yeah.
you just
So
said about tearing your skin down too much.
yeah. So I will say that there are times where it is needed. Like if for scars, some teenagers that I've seen do have a lot of acne
Mhm.
that the natural treatments could only go so far. So then we have to just like kickstart the skin just to get it going. And then we go back to the natural treatments. So it's there for a reason. It does do something to the skin. It does like kind of shock it and like, hey, we need to do something. So then it'll start working because there is an imbalance. It just needs like a slap. So then that's when I bring out those treatments. Yeah.
Your
So
skin looking
yeah,
like a
yeah.
king.
And
Pay
I
attention.
only use those when it's absolutely necessary. For anti-aging, I don't think it's necessary at all, but it's mostly like for acne that people that have deep, deep scars that, just one or two treatments, because after that, if you do too many, then it kind of works backwards and we don't want that.
People stripping their skin so much that it becomes very thin, and then I do
Mhm.
feel that that would be a problem. So I think you do have to be careful if you are someone who wants those more invasive
Mhm.
treatments as opposed to the holistic approach and what you're doing. You've got to be aware of that. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's that's what Rachel and I are so excited about with what we're doing. We're educating, we're informing. We want people to know what's out there, because the more information you know, the better you can take care of yourself and have options. You're right,
absolutely.
so
Yes.
that's because sometimes we think our only option is a laser or a harsh pill, when that's not necessarily the case, thanks to what
Exactly.
you're doing, Pearl.
Yeah, yeah, and
Mhm.
I can't tell you how many people have gotten those treatments and then they come to me because it didn't work.
Okay.
And they tried a few of them and it just did not work. So now they have to repair their that protective layer that has been destroyed and lost. It can take time, but our bodies are so amazing at healing itself that it's just putting it in the right environment with the herbs and the correct ingredients, the nutrients, it will come back.
What a testimony to what you're doing right there, what you just said, that your
Thank
clients
you.
come in and get your help and repair the damage and be on their merry way to healthier, more beautiful skin.
Yeah, it's very rewarding to see that, especially when they're like, well, just a hot mess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, and to see them walk out with, the skin that they wanted. Yeah,
That's
it's nice.
amazing. And it draws so much clarity, like you said, Nikki, through education and being able to rely on one of our local experts like you, Pearl, where with such wisdom, we can have confidence that we're doing the right thing. There's so much now more than ever. We're inundated from social media to all these different methods and fads and different opinions of even our friends and our family, that we need to take time, pause on things, and treat our skin and our whole body and our whole health individually. And you really provide that individualized skin care. It really is a health care for your skin. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I actually have never known these options were out there until the opportunity to speak with you, Pearl. So it's
Well,
incredible what you're doing, and
thank
it's
you.
nice to know we do have options.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can actually just drink what we're putting on our face. So obviously it's got to be good for us.
Yeah.
And that's something too, Nikki, we were talking about, we want to make sure that what we put in our body,
Yeah.
is a nice balanced and nutritional, but also what we put on it as well. So that's amazing.
Yes.
Pearl, you're pretty incredible. This has been so informative. Just I've learned a lot from you today. And of
Thank
course,
you.
I know that there's probably a couple things that we could do, right now, right, Rachel, that would start us on our way to better your skin.
Yes. Pearl, what is something that you feel we could do starting today that would elevate our skin health and confidence in our skin?
One thing that I love doing, and I tell my clients to do like the first time they see me, is to take deep breaths, get that oxygen in your body, and it'll get to your skin. So just like a simple basic breath work, like you breathe in slow, you hold it for 5 seconds, and then you release very slow. And that like affects your whole body, your whole nervous system. It resets everything, and it'll show up in your skin. It's fabulous. Another thing you can do is when you cleanse your skin and you're doing your routine, even makeup, take the time to see it as self-care. Like you're just loving on your skin. Take that time to just like really appreciate your skin. And extra massage, extra blood flow. It's good to spend more time just like nurturing the muscles and the just everything, the forehead, the corners of our nose, getting that blood flow going. It You'll see, you'll get compliments.
I'm going to start doing that. And I know it's important what you say, Pearl, take time for yourself. And that's part of taking time for yourself.
Yes.
I appreciate you sharing that. I was starting to take those deep breaths just as
I
you.
was thinking, should we do it together? You should lead us, Pearl, in how to do it.
Yeah.
Show us
Yeah.
how to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does.
Okay.
So for 5 seconds, like breathe in nice and slow through your nose, and then hold it for 4 seconds and breathe out nice and slow through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Through the nose, nice and slow. Hold it for 4 seconds and breathe out through the mouth, nice and slow. You could like feel it all through the body, just relax.
Unbelievable how that makes you feel. If
Yeah.
you are listening to us, you need to go to YouTube and watch us do that because breath work is so important. That's one reason why I love yoga.
Yeah.
It really helps me. And I have found breath work when I can't sleep at night, because I'm a very anxious person, I do that breath work. And that is such a good reminder, Pearl, that we need to be incorporating breath work into our daily lives. Thank you for that.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I
simple, but
think it's
healing.
like underrated, but doing it every day, it's amazing.
I don't have time to breathe. That's what we're probably all saying.
I know. I end up holding my breath and not even realizing it. So that, gosh,
That's
Pearl,
when
we
all those
need
little
you.
wrinkles start popping up. We have to keep breathing. Exhale the wrinkles and the
Oh,
stress.
goodness. Ooh,
Pearl, this has been such a rich conversation. I could just go on and on for you. We've got to
Yeah.
have you back on.
I would
yes.
love to be back. Yes.
Oh, good, good. We signed you up already, Pearl. So get
Okay.
ready. Thank you for being with us today. This has been
Thank you for
amazing.
having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Pearl. Wait, don't go anywhere. If you are enjoying the Elevate podcast, could you do us 3 favors? Leave us a review, join our newsletter, follow us on social, and wait, it's 4 things, and share the podcast with friends and family.
Absolutely, Rachel. Your reviews help us grow, reach more people, and contribute to our mission of connecting local wellness businesses with individuals seeking their support and services. Please take a moment to leave us a review. To get the most out of your listening experience today, we invite you to join our newsletter. We offer wellness-based resources, recaps, show notes, and links. It's like a culinary garden of wellness resources.
Until next time, have a healthy and blessed day.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. The information provided in the Elevate podcast and associated materials is for general informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. No content should be considered a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment. Reliance on any information provided by Elevate, its host, guest, or contributors is solely at your own risk. We encourage you to consult with a healthcare professional before making any significant changes to your diet, exercise, or wellness routine. Ultimately, your health and well-being are unique to you, and it's important to make informed decisions based on your individual needs.